Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Jack Vale Show with Madison or watching, whatever the case may be. We've been gone for about a month or so because we had to take care of some stuff. Life happened, and Chris, we didn't have anybody doing our tech stuff because Chris was moving and all of that. But we did just have a. Can we talk about the gender reveal, Chris? Right? It's public now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we did a gender reveal yesterday. That was super exciting.
For Chris and Shanoa.
Yeah, they are Chris and Shanoa are having their third boy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And I knew it was going to be a boy. Something
I did too.
You know what? I saw it. I looked over at Jackson because we all got to go to the
Ultrasound.
What do you call it? The ultrasound, and we're all in the room together, a big family affair, and we're watching this thing. And we saw the video as it was big screen and everything. And me and Jackson, we saw it. We noticed it. I know we did. I know that's what it was too. We knew right away. And we had a feeling it was a boy, but I had a moment with Jackson and we looked at each other and we're like, yeah, that's definite. I mean, look at the size of that thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we knew. And then, the lady who was doing the ultrasound was like, if you see anything, I just want to let you know it's not what it is because it's not time yet. You wouldn't be seeing that. You're seeing something else. I'm like, I don't know. It looks pretty obvious to me. But anyway, congratulations, Chris. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. On their third son on the way. That was super fun. So they were moving and we had some other stuff going on. And so we needed to take a few weeks off just to kind of settle and figure some things out. And we thought it would be really fun since we got kind of deep, I feel like, in the last one, maybe two before this. So we wanted to kind of lighten the mood a little bit and talk about some fun, weird stuff going on in the universe. So
universe.
In the world. Yeah, the universe. Whenever you say the universe, it makes you sound like a weirdo.
No, it doesn't. It's just hilarious.
It does in the universe. Yeah, sometimes.
Well, that's just your stereotyping.
Well, I don't. Some people talk about the universe. Ask what you want. The universe will give it. I don't believe in that stuff. I think that stuff's weird. Okay.
Are we doing this in order? Did I get these in order?
Yeah, you got them in order. So we're the first story. We're going to talk about some crazy stories going on here in the world, and then we're just going to riff off of whatever's going on in every single story.
Okay.
This one is actually kind of funny. Mark, wait, did I type? Oh. Wait, maybe am I on the wrong one? Hold on.
Cinnamon order, but that's okay. I can just find them.
No, I clicked the wrong one. Oh.
Nichelle, that is what I'm on.
Nichelle. I never know how to pronounce her name, but she was in.
What was she in? Oh.
She was in Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, she looks really familiar.
Yeah,
but actually, now that I
Nichols.
say that, I've never seen that movie. So I don't know why she looks familiar.
Well, it's a TV show.
Star Trek?
Yes, mainly.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a movie.
Hold up. You did not know that Star Trek was a TV show?
No, I thought that was a movie, like Star Wars.
It's a series of movies like Star Wars. But the difference is Star Wars was never a TV show.
Yeah.
Star Trek started out as a TV show. It actually started out in black and white, actually, I think.
I know that. All right.
And then went into color.
Okay.
And then they did a whole series of movies, and then they did different generations and blah, blah, blah. Okay. But she's the original black actress. So she was like breaking new ground, and she was, she was like one of the OGs, okay? More than 5 decades after the original Star Trek series ended, its beloved communications officer will venture into the unknown for real when Nichelle Nichols' ashes are launched into deep space later this year.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty cool though.
That's awesome for her. That's really cool.
Oh, you happy for her? Are you?
Yeah. Good for her. Did she want that?
Oh, I'm sure she did. I doubt they're just doing it. How appropriate though, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Nichols, the trailblazing actress who played Lieutenant, I apologize.
Nyota?
I'm not going to be able to print Nyota.
Uhura.
You're. Oh wow, you're really good. Okay, I never actually watched Star Trek.
What? I thought you were obsessed with Star Trek.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm confused.
What?
I thought that was your thing.
How would you think that? I've never owned a Star Trek shirt. Now I have shirts, and I have. How do you know?
This is.
Well, I mean, what makes you think
Mandela
this?
effect.
Yeah, you thought I was obsessed with Star Trek?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Like sci-fi in general? No.
No.
I've never,
But
because I've
Star
always,
Trek, I thought you were.
no, I've never claimed to be, in fact, I've always proclaimed the opposite. I don't like sci-fi.
Oh. Wait,
I
but
don't like sci-fi,
isn't-
but
Yeah,
I know what you're gonna say.
you-
I know what you're
yeah.
gonna say. I know what you're E.T. What about E.T.?
E.T.,
And what about Back to the Future?
Future.
I love those. I love that. I just don't like
that's sci-fi.
the kind of sci-fi I don't like is Star Trek. People
Star
are gonna
Wars.
get mad
You
at me
don't
over
like
this
aliens?
Star Wars.
Well, E.T.'s
No,
an
I
alien, so
like
just
some
kidding.
alien
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Mars
Mars
Attacks.
Attacks.
Yeah, Mars Attacks. You know,
Yeah.
that's one of my movies.
Yeah.
I love Mars Attacks.
So what is it then? I feel like that would be right up your alley.
Well, Mars Attacks is funny, first of all. It's a lot of
okay.
comedic
Yeah,
elements
that's
to
true.
it. Jack Nicholson was the president, let's face it. I mean, that's just a great movie. A lot of people at the time didn't like Mars Attacks, by the way, because it was very, people said it was stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah,
checks
but
out.
that was the point of the movie. It
Right.
was so great because it was stupid. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be cheesy. Even the movie poster itself was reminiscent
cheesy.
of like an old movie poster.
Yeah.
But no, I never got into Star Trek, never got into Star Trek movies,
Oh.
Star Wars. I don't know, the whole a world in outer space and living in outer space and all that. I never was really interested in that.
Gotcha.
But E.T. was fun to me because, first of all, that's just a great movie, period. But that's about an alien that comes to Earth. Another one that I really liked, by the way, since now apparently we're talking about sci-fi, was a movie called, let me think about it, with an actor named D.B. Sweeney, Fire in the Sky. Have you ever?
You've only ever told me about it, and I always wanted to watch it, but I never did. Because
never
it's based
saw
off a true story, right? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story. So when you say it's about an alien abduction and it's based on a true story, it almost sounds like, wait,
Contradicts.
yeah. But no, it's based, it's actually, I should say, it's based on his real account of what happened.
Right. What he remembers.
Yeah. And there's a lot of weird stuff, by the way, in that story that were kind of legit. Like you think about it and you go, I mean, even at the time, it was like, it didn't make any sense. Like he disappeared. Everybody thought the aliens got him. And then several days later, he shows up with no clothes on in the rain in a phone booth and calls for help. And they come and get him. And they take him to the hospital and they find out he hasn't had any food or water in days. Like, how is he even still alive? It's pretty crazy.
Which
he didn't do that as a prank,
immediate
right?
thing that I would think is like he like was on really like a lot of drugs or something like
yeah,
that.
but he wasn't.
Right.
He wasn't. I mean, the account of the group of guys who were with him saw what happened. So it was like there was real. I mean, nobody was on drugs. They were all in the woods. They were doing some. They were all a bunch of
Are
loggers.
you sure this is based off a true story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to look
100%.
it up and read about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know how we really sidestepped that, by the way. But now you know what's weird though. Well, aliens could be a whole other episode. But
Ashes into space. Are they gonna like go up there and just like scatter them into the air, the atmosphere,
I hope so.
or are they like landing on the moon and then scattering them on the moon? Like, what's the deal?
No, they're not going to scatter them on the moon because
Okay.
that would require people actually landing on the moon, and we never actually did that. So we're going to move on.
Oh my gosh.
The original Star Trek series in the 1960s and in several of the franchise's feature films. She died at the age of 89 in July. This is
Of this year?
Yeah. She's remembered as one of the first black women featured in a major television series, as well as credited with inspiring women and people of color to join NASA.
Ooh, that's very
Wow,
cool.
that's funny. We just mentioned how man never landed on the moon, and then
Except they did.
the
You don't want
reference
to make a
of
fool of
NASA.
yourself on your own podcast.
Do what now?
Huh?
And now her symbolic journey beyond the stratosphere continues. United Launch Alliance, an American spacecraft launch provider, announced last week that a portion of Nichols' ashes will travel to deep space aboard a Vulcan rocket. Oh my gosh. With Celestis, a private company that sends people's cremated remains and DNA
That's a
into
thing?
space for
That's a real
memorial
thing?
flights.
You can just do that?
I thought
wonder-
this was like the first time.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. The first Celestis Voyager service is set to launch later this year. Oh, so it is new. And will bear the name Enterprise Flight in honor of its passengers. Enterprise. That was the spaceship.
Oh, okay.
Star Trek.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
It will also carry the remains of Star Trek creator, wow, what? Gene Roddenberry and his wife, actor, wow, as well as those of James Doohan, who played Montgomery Scott. If I'm botching these names.
The whole cast
They're bringing
up there.
the whole cast up there. They need to do something with William Shatner so they could send him up there too. No, he's still alive. I'm just kidding. That was not nice.
I didn't know
That's not
who
what I
that
meant.
was. I didn't get it.
Well, so several of the original cast members have passed away. William Shatner is still alive because I see his
gotcha.
commercials for various things on the TV.
Where do you want your ashes spread?
I thought I wanted to be cremated, and so at that point, I didn't really think about where I wanted to be.
Oh.
Recently, though, I've been thinking about just being buried
Really?
and not being cremated. But yeah, believe it or not,
How come?
I think because I love. This might sound stupid.
Okay.
Since we moved to Tennessee, I've always kind of been somewhat infatuated, as you know, with the really old cemeteries.
Yeah.
And since we've been in Tennessee, California is not really that old.
Yeah.
Really, right? In comparison. So in Tennessee, you get to go to all these historical cemeteries and see these big, crazy, gravestones and stuff. And I just think the history of it all is so interesting. And I wonder like what these people, who they were and what they did and what they accomplished. And a lot of them you discover.
You want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I want to be like a part of that whole thing. And so
Okay.
I told your mom recently, I said, I would like to be buried right here, please.
Okay.
and it doesn't have to be one of these nice, like beautiful park-like cemeteries. Put me in one of these other cool
the creepy ones?
cool looking ones, Yeah, because those are the ones that people want to visit. If you think about it, people aren't going to the nice ones where the stones are flat on the.
Yeah.
They're going to like, ooh, that looks cool. Let's get out and check that out, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll see it. They'll be like, this one looks new. This is Jack Bale's. This is Jack's grave.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. But if I were ashes, I don't think I have a preference. I can promise you I'm not gonna have any idea. I'm not gonna be there at the service, so you can do whatever you want with me.
Yeah. I would like to be a tree.
Oh, Mom said that recently too.
Mm-hmm.
A tree.
That's because I showed her what it was.
You
like,
can't actually
plant
be a
it.
tree.
You plant
It's a
plant
nice-
it, and then
it's a nice
they
thought.
put the seed in there, and then
Yeah, it's a nice. It doesn't really work like that.
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, because dead people's ashes don't make trees.
No.
That's really the truth.
Okay, how could you say that to me?
I mean, you could put ashes in the ground
Yeah.
and also
grow a
plant
tree.
an apple seed.
But together.
But do you know what
put them
happens
in at the same time.
if you put them in at the same
little
time?
water, little sunlight, the whole shebang.
And you think you would sprout up.
Yep.
Your mother wants to be a palm tree by the ocean. As if the ashes are somehow going to also grow with the tree. I haven't done the research, but I don't see that happening.
It's just
It's just what?
the seed, but it's the idea.
So if it's the
you are.
idea,
Because it's like instead of a tombstone, you go to the tree because that's where you're buried. You're buried at the tree instead of the stone,
Okay.
You get it?
okay, actually,
That's what it is.
okay. Actually, you explain it to me like that, and I get it. I do kind of understand that. But if like a forest fire happens,
Oh my gosh.
well, you got to think about these things because you're making a lifelong, permanent decision. I promise
It's
you
not
that
lifelong.
from
Life
a
is
couple
done.
hundred, from a couple, huh?
It's done. There's no.
I promise you that from a couple hundred years ago, I could go to a cemetery where there's a gravestone, and it might be a little wobbly, but it'll still be there.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
the earth will always be there. And so you can always know the spot, even if the tree gets wiped out by a fire or a hurricane or something.
You'll always know the spot.
Yeah.
That's true, I
You
guess.
know, you're really just.
I'm sorry. Remember how long has it been since you've seen your brother's video with Uncle John spreading ashes? Been a while?
Oh yeah, that's been a while. That was a terrible video. What was it? Just dirt? Just like dust?
It was ash from a barbecue grill.
Oh.
If you're listening to this, they did this video where they put some ashes in like a little urn, and then they went to the Huntington Beach Pier.
Just
And
sprinkled
Uncle
them
John,
off.
they were all dressed up nice in suits and stuff. It just started. They just blew it out there. And you can see mortified looks on faces. And there was one girl with her boyfriend or something laying out on the sand, and she was just up going like she's freaking out. And finally,
nasty.
they got confronted by a really mad lady.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty gross.
It is, but it's got to be
Forgotten.
awkward. How do you approach somebody's
someone who's
little service? You know.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
Terrible.
Anyways, okay. I guess we're gonna move on to the next one. This is another fun story that I liked. California woman's lost cat found in Idaho 9 years later.
Aw.
A California woman was shocked to receive a phone call from Idaho saying her lost cat had been found after 9 years. Susan Moore of Clovis said her cat Harriet disappeared 9 years ago.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. Harriet. And her husband, Brian Ellison, theorized. You thought the name Brian was as funny as the name Harriet.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. He thought that the feline had been killed by a coyote. Moore had adopted Harriet as a shelter kitten 3 years earlier. I was very distraught about this cat going missing, Moore told the Washington Post. I was really bonded to this cat. Moore said that she was shocked to receive a phone call September 19th from Kootenai Humane Society in Hayden, Idaho. The caller said Harriet had been found wandering the streets of Hayden more than 1,000 miles from Clovis, and the feline's microchip had given shelter workers Moore's contact information. She said, I wish Harriet could talk because I'd like to know how the heck that cat got all the way to Idaho.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Obviously, it didn't walk.
Did they
It ran.
did someone drop her off, the cat?
There's nothing else. There's not a lot of
Why
information
would they? That's the most important thing.
about this. Yeah, but 9 years worth of who's going to have that? They don't know really what happened.
But they need to keep track of how they get their animals. They should be like, oh yeah, this person brought in this one, or
I
oh,
didn't
we
see
found this
that.
one on the street.
Yeah, no, you're right, but I didn't see that in the
I
article.
didn't see it either.
I did think it was it was kind of a nice story, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
that is a really nice story.
this is another nice story, kind of sad, but also kind of interesting. The world's oldest dog, Pebbles, the toy fox terrier, has died.
At 22?
Yes.
Oh.
He lived in South Carolina and was 5 months away from her
23rd birthday.
23rd birthday. Can you
Poor
imagine
Pebbles.
dying at the age of 22?
She looks 22.
She's all hunched over and
Aw,
she's ready to
poor thing.
go to doggy heaven.
Record-breaking dog had 32 puppies over the course of her life.
Yeah.
Aw. Wow. So cute. Also, why did I think the oldest living dog would be like way older than that?
Pebbles, by the way, was not just another dog. She had her own way about her and her own personality. I think that's funny that people always say that stuff.
Yeah, we shouldn't make fun of their dead dog, but that is
No, we
hilarious
shouldn't.
because everyone thinks their dog is like
Yeah.
better than everyone
She
else's
wasn't an
dogs.
ordinary dog. She
You
liked
know-
to be pet. she
She would go on walks with me like no other dog.
Tell me
has
about
gone
your
on a
dog.
walk.
She liked snacks. There were some words that she got so happy about. You would say treat, and she would. The look on her face when you said outside. or leash or walk.
Oh my gosh.
She was a once-in-a-lifetime companion, and it was an honor to have had the blessing.
Why are you laughing? That's sweet. That's sweet.
I don't know why. It's very sweet. Why does it say pocket size?
She's pocket sized.
She is not. I saw the picture. You cannot put her in your pocket.
Maybe when she was little.
Maybe if she was cremated, you could.
Oh my goodness.
There was never anyone who met Pebbles
goodness.
that didn't love her. She will be deeply missed. Oh,
Pebbles.
very sweet. Wait, it goes on. Pebbles' dedicated Instagram page shows the pup dressed up on several occasions, including donning a cowboy hat, wearing a gold chain, and sporting pink glasses. Pebbles' owners were looking to bring home a large dog before they saw the pocket-sized canine. There's where you got it.
Yeah.
Guinness.
Yeah.
Is this thing in the world records?
Yeah,
It
oldest
is.
living dog.
Oh, oldest living
Gotta
dog.
be in
Got
there,
it. Okay.
yeah.
And a tribute on its site. Very sweet. Very sweet. Julie Gregory said what she believes was a secret to Pebbles' longevity. Oh, about Pebbles's. Well, it has to be Pebbles's.
No, it doesn't. It's just Pebbles.
No, if you said Pebbles' longevity, it would be her name would be Pebble.
No, it's S'.
When you read it, that's true,
Pebbles.
but you have to pronounce it Pebbles's.
No.
Sure, you do.
No, you don't. No.
You would
Pebble-
because okay, then tell. Okay, if I said, look at Pebble's bone,
Yeah.
then her name would be Pebble, and I would be adding the S to tell you this is Pebble's bone.
I've never spoke that in my life.
You always have spoken like that.
never. I
So
guess
you-
I don't know proper English because I would never say that. I would say, look at Pebble's bone. Look at.
But then her name would be Pebble.
Well,
You'd have to
but
say
everyone-
Pebbles's.
Pebbles's. Look
Okay,
at Pebbles's
okay.
bone.
Would you have said
You didn't
what
sound like a
about
fool.
what about Chris?
Chris.
Look at Chris
Oh,
Bone.
Chris's bone.
Stop, Chris, stop. Oh my God. Why couldn't I have said something else? Why couldn't I? Okay, I wish I would have chose
Okay,
that
you're right.
differently. Chris Dog. Okay.
You're right.
Okay, you're thinking about Chauncey now. Okay.
Yeah. Chauncey's.
Please change the subject immediately. Look at
Okay,
Chris
I
Dog.
understand now. Yeah,
Okay,
I
look
get
at
it.
Chris's
I
dog.
get it.
Okay.
I get it. I'm silly.
All right, here we go. We have, let's see, what's next?
NyQuil?
We have, that's a big thing. The NyQuil, that was like a
Wait,
trend.
what is this?
No, that was a trend going on. You did not see this?
FDA warns against using NyQuil as a chicken marinade.
You don't know about this?
Why would I know about it?
This was on TikTok. This was a massive, massive thing where everybody was, remember recently, the NyQuil chicken soaking in NyQuil. That was like a TikTok thing, and they were doing the ingredients.
Nope.
Really?
Never heard of it.
Well, see, Chris knows it. Oh, I misspoke.
It was
and
just
said,
something funny.
Yeah. No, I did not make a dirty joke. Okay. No, it was accidental, and here we go.
Okay.
So the deal was there were all these TikToks going on, and they were soaking chicken in NyQuil, cooking chicken in NyQuil. A stupid thing. Probably somebody did it as a prank or
Yeah, that
something and
sounds
thought, oh, this is going to
disgusting.
watch how stupid people are. And sure enough,
People
turns
did
out
it?
people are stupid. So the FDA is warning against it because it's actually dangerous.
Oh my
the
gosh.
Food and Drug
Imagine
Administ-
working for the FDA and you have to tell people,
I
listen,
can't
guys.
believe. Yeah, how can
Don't soak your chicken in NyQuil.
Yeah, this is just a taste of where we have found ourselves in the world. The Food and Drug Administration has offered Americans some food for thought. Oh, that's clever, huh? It's a bad idea
funny, too.
to use NyQuil as a chicken marinade. That is a whole paragraph. I'm going to read it again. The Food and Drug Administration has offered Americans some food for thought. It's a bad idea to use NyQuil as a chicken marinade. I can't
Yeah.
believe this is a story.
I never ever saw anyone do it.
The federal agency felt obligated. You could do a quick Google search and see NyQuil chicken, and you'll see it was crazy.
Okay.
The federal agency felt obligated to issue the warning in light of a social media challenge encouraging people to cook chicken in NyQuil and other cough medicines. Dimetapp, I could see. The FDA's release notes that the idea of cooking chicken in cough syrup is, quote, silly and unappetizing, but it is also potentially dangerous. Boiling a medication can make it much more concentrated and change its properties in other ways. Even if you don't eat the chicken, inhaling the medication's vapors while cooking it could cause high levels of the drugs to enter your body. It could also hurt your lungs.
People are so silly.
Simply put, someone could take a dangerously high amount of the cough and cold medicine without even realizing it. The FDA didn't cite any actual reports of people who've gone to the emergency room after chowing down on NyQuil chicken. I just think it's awful because who enjoys the taste of NyQuil anyway? Why would you take a nasty substance
and pair it with chicken?
Yeah. It's like using beer to cook your chicken. You know, why would you use something disgusting?
Well, some people.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I don't like the taste of beer. But I realize that's a big thing. We've tried that before. Cooking,
Oh, really?
Cooking
I don't
like
remember.
beer can chicken.
Oh, yeah.
You know, stuff like that. That's
But
actually a big thing.
NyQuil?
No, that's pretty nasty.
Pepto-Bismol steak tonight for dinner.
Pepto-Bismol steak. This you're gonna want to know.
Okay. Is this still about NyQuil?
No, don't look at it yet.
Okay.
I just want to tell you this and get your reaction to it because you probably haven't clicked on this link yet. Man in pumpkin boat paddles 38 miles down the Missouri River in attempt to beat world record.
A pumpkin boat? Did he make it?
Yeah, he made it.
He made a boat.
He made it. I think it's, isn't it incredible to think that somebody did a world record? It's not just about it's not even that 38 miles, that's great. Missouri River, you're looking at these things in a pumpkin boat. Like I probably
the fact that that's already a thing and people are trying to beat the pumpkin boat record already.
I'm going to read this to you.
That is a huge pumpkin boat. Wow.
It is pretty big.
It says on it. He named it.
Dwayne Hansen may have broken the Guinness World Record by paddling an 846-pound pumpkin that he turned into a makeshift boat down the Missouri River. While most typically celebrate their birthdays with cake and a song, one man focused on a giant pumpkin and the Guinness World Record. Nebraska resident. What the guy's in Nebraska? What the heck is he doing in Missouri?
I don't know.
Nebraska resident Dwayne Hansen celebrated his 60th on Saturday by paddling a hollowed out 846-pound pumpkin down the Missouri River, according to CNN. Oh, well, then it's probably a lie anyway.
Oh my gosh, you had to put that in there.
Hoping
to beat the previous
record for longest journey by pumpkin. He asked officials from the city of Bellevue to witness the endeavor. The first Guinness World Record for this act was set with a 15-mile trek in Washington, according to the organization. Rick Swenson beat this in a gourd of his own with a 25-and-a-half-mile ride down the Red River in 2016, which Hansen aimed to trounce. Hansen thus endeavored to paddle his pumpkin for 38 miles down Bellevue's public boat docks to Nebraska City. Oh, okay.
Oh, it goes.
There you go. It goes. Yeah, that's right. It goes. That's right. It really goes.
Goes all the way to Nebraska.
Oh, it goes. According to Facebook post by the city of Bellevue, Hansen left at around 7:30 a.m. and arrived after 6:30 p.m.
Man.
with a passion for gardening, inspiring him to do so.
Okay.
Gardening?
Yeah.
Oh, he
Probably
grew the
grew it
pumpkin?
himself.
He grew the pumpkin. You can grow boats now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Hansen is a longtime Nebraska resident who enjoys growing large pumpkins, gourds, and other vegetables as a hobby. I'd like to see him do this in a bell pepper.
A giant bell pepper boat.
Yeah, a giant bell pepper boat. You could probably make one big enough. A watermelon rind.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good for him.
Good for him. He came up with this idea when visiting Idaho and seeing another person attempt to set this record, which currently right around 30 miles. You know, this has got to be... Who invented this? Because if you use your imagination,
Yeah.
you would be able to invent your own world record, right?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
who thinks, listen, you know,
Pumpkin
those
boat.
people go for long distances on rivers, right? What if the boat, hear me out, I mean, how do you have that conversation with somebody?
I don't know, but it really sucks for the guy who started that. Because if you came up with something, you're like, oh, I'm going to make my own record because it's special to me and no one would think of this. And then someone immediately decides to beat you at it. That sucks. Because now
It
all
does.
people know is Dwayne Hansen. No one knows about the other guy.
Oh, yeah, because he
The
beat
guy
him.
who made it.
Because he beat him. It was his own
It's like,
idea, right?
I'm going to be in the record book. No one's going to do this ever. And then someone beat him. That really sucks.
True, because you
Like,
could
come up-
totally
if you're gonna do
customize.
something, yeah, if you're gonna do something that crazy, like make your own.
Do it in a watermelon rind.
Yeah, something like that.
Do something totally different.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Come on, Dwayne. Come on.
I agree. It's funny to me. It's first of all, it's spectacular already that somebody would say, "I'm going to create this world record. I'm going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, floating down a river in a pumpkin."
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That's different. Nobody's probably ever thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another ticket to look at that and go, "Nah, I bet I could go a few more miles than that." I'm going to take his idea and I'm going to...
Exactly. Okay.
Kind of sad. Is there a world record that you can think of that you really want to...
I could okay, let's see. The opposite. The opposite would be I could fly, maybe like make my own makeshift like flying contraption out of fruit, but not pumpkin. I'm thinking what kind of fruit would help me in this endeavor? And I'm thinking there's not many, actually.
Fruits, I feel like, are generally pretty small unless you get into like melons, right?
Yeah,
You do
I
like
guess.
a-
What's
I
the
mean, a
biggest
bigger-
fruit? Is it a pumpkin?
Is pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable?
Pumpkin's a fruit. It has seeds.
What does that mean?
If it has seeds, it's a fruit.
Oh, all right. Well, I would say a watermelon would be bigger than a... Well, I mean, it depends on the pumpkin, I guess. No,
Yeah.
maybe that's it.
Yeah, but that won't help me fly. So
Well, then a pumpkin might help you fly. Maybe you should try a pumpkin. It already works for
maybe
a
I
boat.
could longest mudslide down in a pumpkin.
mudslide.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Mudslide, longest miles to go. Like you have to go down and then like you know when the slides are really high and then you like shoot off when you're actually when you go down them.
When you come to the bottom,
Yeah,
yeah,
you could. That's what I'm saying. You could do it. You could do whatever you want
you could.
and make it a world record as
You
long as
could-
no one
you-
steals your idea, like Dwayne.
You know how I do nonsense in some of my pranks? It's literally like that.
Yeah.
You could probably take one of my nonsense phrases from a prank video and pick a few words and go, "Oh, world record."
Yep, exactly.
Because I guarantee
So
you,
just do it.
I've said pumpkin or watermelon or we're floating down the river.
Yeah. Yeah. Eggs, bacon.
World record.
Yeah.
Camp counselor selling signed baseball card of former camper Mark Zuckerberg.
Honestly, I have to reread that because that was gibberish into my brain. Camp counselor selling signed baseball card of former camper Mark Zuckerberg. Wait, what?
This card shows the Facebook mogul around the age of 8 or 9 grinning in a red jersey and gripping a bat.
Oh, he's tiny. Okay. Now I
When
get
camp counselor Ali Tarantino was flipping through a magazine years ago, he came upon a familiar name, Mark Zuckerberg. He rifled through the boxes of memorabilia in his basement, running his fingers over old photos, newspapers, and bus maps before finding a baseball card featuring a very young Zuckerberg grinning in a red jersey and gripping a bat.
Man.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, that guy's lucky. He could probably sell it for a lot of money.
Oh, he's planning on it. Listen to this.
Okay.
3 decades later, Tarantino is hoping that a signed baseball card featuring one of the richest men in the world will bring a fortune when it is put up for auction next month. So it's this baseball card is signed
Oh my God. By
Mark as a little kid. It's like my version of a midlife crisis, he says. I'm 50 years old. What am I going to do with this? As told by Tarantino, who still works summers at Elmwood Day Camp. Wow, he still works
Oh, wow.
at the camp.
Yeah.
In Westchester, New York, Zuckerberg, then age 8 or 9, offered the card he'd had printed as a parting gift at the end of camp 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Wow. As somebody who collects things, it's always really difficult to part with whatever you have in your collection, but I've always been like weirdly curious about how the public would react to something that's like this. That's a weird combination of pop culture and memorabilia. This card will also be auctioned off as a digital collector's item. Of course, NFT. That has become a popular way to own memorabilia. Zuckerberg himself posted about the auction Thursday on Instagram, partly as a way to promote the NFT technology in general, but also to help promote NFTs across his company's platforms.
He doesn't want it though.
I guess he doesn't
Mark
want
doesn't
it.
want to buy it.
No, I
That's
wouldn't
what
give it
I would
back to him.
hope for. I would. I'd
You'd
be
give it back to him?
Yeah, give me $1 billion.
Oh yeah, I'd offer to sell it to him first, but what would he? He
No,
probably
I wouldn't give it to him.
He probably wouldn't want to buy it.
Why? He has so much
Why
money.
would-
Just buy it from
He
me.
probably has one already.
I'd
Probably
be
has
like-
I'm sure there's a few of these things. You know, you have a baseball card
There's
of
not
yourself
just-
made. I'm sure it's not just a one-off. You
Really?
probably get a few.
Oh yeah, he probably.
Yeah, I
already
bet
has
you he's
one.
got one.
Who wants that then? Who's gonna buy it?
Who's gonna buy it? Oh my gosh,
People.
people.
Someone would buy that.
I think so.
I wonder how much he's selling it for though.
He called it a virtual steel cage match with bidding on the physical card in U.S. dollars and the NFT done in Ethereum blockchain currency. Fischler said he's uncertain of the value of the items, considering they aren't the usual kinds of memorabilia put up for auction. But in recent years, there's been a lot of interest in collector's items involving athletes. Rare baseball cards have gone for millions and millions of dollars. A mint condition baseball card of Mickey Mantle, for example, is expected to fetch $10 million.
Wow.
Why are they comparing Mark Zuckerberg to Mickey Mantle? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess because he really
he's
became
famous.
something of himself. Yeah. Anyways, this guy's now a 5th grade teacher in Connecticut and held on to the Zuckerberg baseball card, not knowing when he filed it away in his basement that the kid would someday become a household name and would be responsible for one of the biggest technological advancements or time wasters in social networking.
Wow.
Did I say a word wrong?
Yeah, he said technological.
Technological. That's what it says. Look.
Technological?
Technological. That's what I said. I said technological. He was definitely a kid you knew and remembered. I was the kind of kid who just kind of blended into the background, but Mark wasn't one of those kids. That's what he said.
Oh.
He was larger than life, he claims. That Mark Zuckerberg. I don't see Mark Zuckerberg as being larger than life. Do you?
I don't know anyone
Do
that's
you?
larger than life that phrases.
Well, let's think about this. 30 years ago would have been, okay, so he's about what, 10 years younger than me? Something like that, maybe? Mm-hmm. So 30 years ago, he would have been playing Mario Brothers. That's how it would have been, right? Because, yeah, it would have been like the original Nintendo.
yeah.
So I picture him into video games. And have you ever seen him do like an interview or something?
Yeah.
Like in
he's
all the
kind of
memes and stuff like that.
goofy,
Yeah. I don't. Larger than life isn't something that I would think.
I mean,
But-
look what he did though.
Yeah,
really
but those
controlling
people who do those things
Millions of people.
generally they don't say, "Oh, he was larger than life." Yeah, big personality. Usually it's like, "Yeah, he was a little reclusive."
It's a little odd.
He was a little, yeah, he was a little. But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That could be a stereotype that's unfair for me to. Oh, you'll like this one.
Oh.
A new study suggests that spiders snooze just like humans.
They snore or nap?
I didn't say snooze. I mean, I didn't say snore. I did say snooze. I didn't say snore.
Isn't that snooze?
I said new study suggests spiders snooze like humans, and you
Yeah.
said they snore?
Yeah, that's what I think
Snooze.
snoozing is. Snooze, like
Snooze means snore because there's a Z?
no, it's just no.
It's just a term for nap.
Oh, for nap.
Snoozing?
Okay.
Yeah, I snoozed. Snoozing is like napping.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is kind of adorable. Footage taken of a baby jumping spider showed patterns that looked a lot like sleep cycles. The spider's legs, this is my favorite part, the spider's legs twitched and parts of their eyes flickered.
Jumping spiders, actually, Jackson is obsessed with them, and so
Oh, I
he
know.
showed me a couple of videos, and he's like, "Aren't they so cute?"
I know.
They're not that cute, but they're cuter than most spiders.
Oh, they're so cute.
You think they're cute?
Yeah, Jackson's got me hooked on jumping spiders. They actually have little personalities and stuff. People get jumping spiders as pets.
Yeah, that's what he was showing
And
me.
you observe them and watch them and make them happy in their little containers and stuff. And they're just like, there's videos of them high-fiving people and stuff. It's crazy.
I took one of Jackson high-fiving one outside.
You did?
Yeah.
Have you ever like held one or
No,
put them on
I
your
wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
But they're not going to bite you.
They don't bite?
No.
How
no,
do you know that?
they don't bite because it's a jumping spider. It's
They can't?
no, they can't. You have to be pretty big. You got to think about how small their mouths are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Daniela so-and-so, I'm not going to say her last name because I don't know how to pronounce it, and her colleagues trained cameras on baby jumping spiders at night to find out. The footage showed patterns that looked a lot like sleep cycles. The spider's legs twitched,
you
parts of their eyes
just read
flicked.
that.
I just read it. Sorry, that was also at the very beginning. The researchers described this pattern as a REM sleep-like state. In humans, REM, or rapid eye movement, is an active phase of sleep when parts of the brain light up with activity and is closely linked with dreaming.
That's so cute. They dream. I wonder what they dream about.
Catching flies with their webs. I wonder if a spider ever has a dream where they're building the most magnificent, beautiful, like Charlotte's web. You know what I mean? Like one of these
Yeah.
beautiful webs, and they're just waiting, and they're just waiting for the vibration of a, and then here comes a fly, zzz, and he lands on the web, and they get it. You know how as soon as it happens, they go.
Yeah.
They know, so they
Yeah.
stop, they freeze like this, and then they go, and they go up, right? And they start to wrap it and everything like that, right? And they have it like this, right? They're just ready to, they got it. And then they wake up in this position from their dream.
Aw, man. That's sad.
You ever done that? I've never done that. Yeah. Have you? You've never done
It's
that?
like in my own way, with my own dream.
Yeah, with money.
With money?
Yeah, haven't you ever done that with money?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I have.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done it
What
with money
was
a
it?
lot. It was money, a lot of it.
What's the dream? You just had it?
Yeah, I
You were
would
just
have
rich
it
in your
because, oh
dream?
my gosh, I found it, I got it, I obtained it, however I had it. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all this money. And then I would wake up and I was like, you ever wake up like halfway?
Yes.
You wake up a little bit and you think you still have what you have. And so you're like, I don't want to wake up yet. I'm going to go back to sleep. And so you keep having it. And then you wake up and it's gone.
Yeah.
And you open your hands and there's nothing in your hands.
That's probably a good sign, having a dream like that. Finding
In
money.
what way? How would it be
I don't know,
a
just
good
finding
sign?
money seems lucky.
Yeah, but then you
It's
wake up
really
and
good
then
in
you
your
don't
dream.
find it. You
Well-
don't actually have it. It was all fake.
Well, no, actually, because you imagined it, so it can be real. So just find it. It's somewhere out there waiting
You're
for
saying
you.
whatever you imagine could be real.
Oh yeah,
Could
I just
come to
think
fruition.
that though. I don't think.
You do think
I don't
that?
think humans have the capacity to think of anything that doesn't already exist.
Wow. Please elaborate. I want to hear this.
I think everything exists in one like universe or another. I don't think that
Okay,
or
let me-
timeline, whatever. I don't think that humans can think of something that doesn't exist. I don't think our brains can comprehend things that don't exist.
I think I understand what you
You
mean
know what I
because
mean?
I think so because I that would be like me saying like I've always our brains cannot comprehend eternity.
Right.
So being raised thinking about God always existing or never, our brains can't quite understand something that's before the beginning of something or after the end of something.
Right.
We have birth and death, and that's kind of so I guess I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Although wait a second, hold on a second. Let's talk about this for a minute because technically think about all the movies that have been created and all the
Yes.
books and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
You saying all that stuff exists?
Yeah, I think it exists.
Wait, hold on. Now. You're starting to lose me now. Because we have these insane imaginations
Yeah.
and we can come up with clever things, right?
Right.
Okay. So, do you believe it is possible for me to build a car that can travel to 1950 and watch my mom in high school?
You're saying, do I believe like Back to the Future could be a real movie?
Yeah, because you're saying that
Or
you
could
believe
be,
that
like,
nothing
real?
could be invented. It's all going to exist already.
Yeah. I feel like maybe not now, but maybe like years and years into the future.
You believe in time travel?
Yeah, I guess. I never really thought about it
Really?
actually. Now that I think about it, no, I guess so. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe not now.
Not right now, but in the future.
I don't know. I don't know what people can do. That people that like have all this technology.
Mm-hmm.
We get like little bits here and there. Oh, here's the new iPhone. This one can do this. But really they have like holographic crazy stuff going on that they know how to make but aren't showing us yet.
You're right about that. They're always like, you look back in time at all the movies and stuff that's happened and you go, at the time it was like, oh, this is futuristic and weird. And then now look. Like I remember, I was just telling Jackson this morning on the way to school, we were talking about how much time we spend too much time on our phones, screen time, right? And one of the things we talked about is it's kind of weird sometimes when I think now we have a personal computer in the palm
your
of our hand
pocket.
at all times, available to us, and just 25 years ago that wasn't the case. Even sooner, even more recent than that.
Right.
Cell phones existed,
Crazy. Mm-hmm.
but they were to talk to people,
Right.
and then the texting feature came out after that. So now you could do this.
Yeah.
And I remember when the texting feature, by the way, first came out on phones, it was a really stupid idea
Why?
because it was so freaking easy to pick up the phone and call somebody, tell them what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
So texting was like, and then it was only, there were no letters. It was all numbers. And there's still phones like that today, but they have it's like a phone keypad.
Yep.
So you'd have to push it multiple times to get to the right letter.
Yep.
And then, it took forever to say
Yeah.
4 words.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about that and how far technology has come. And it's really weird
In a
because
short amount of time.
30 or 40 years ago, the stuff that we see today back then was far out of reach. There's no way that stuff's, we're talking hundreds of years and then here we are. It's
so weird.
It is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we have here? We've got the spiders sleeping. Okay. I got a good one here. This is the ultimate prank to me. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
French scientist trolls Twitter by claiming chorizo slice is actually a distant star.
How?
A French scientist has apologized after claiming a photo of a piece of Spanish chorizo sausage was actually a Proxima Centauri, the closest star to the sun on Sunday. Physicist so-and-so Klein tweeted a photo of a round red object on a
gosh.
black background that he claimed was taken from the James Webb Space Telescope.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at this.
That's
You see the
funny.
photo? Look at that.
Yes.
And then I can't see what his tweet says. It's all in French.
Oh, yeah.
It can be seen below. It literally, if you look at it, looks like a piece of pepperoni or something, right? But you could also
Yeah.
see with the black around it how somebody would think, ooh, wow, that's
Yep.
really cool,
Yeah.
right? And he totally got away with it.
Oh my gosh.
Less than an hour later, Klein posted another tweet where he suggested his followers beware of cognitive biases and noted that according to contemporary cosmology, no object belonging to Spanish...
Charcuterie.
Wow, you're really good. Charcuterie exists anywhere but on Earth.
That's so funny.
The charcuterie thing?
Yeah. Do you know what charcuterie is?
Yeah, but I didn't know how to... I'd never seen it on...
No, I don't mean that you couldn't pronounce it. I just mean it's funny what he said.
Yeah. Let us learn to be wary of arguments from authority. On Tuesday, Klein posted a photo that really was taken from the Webb Space Telescope and promised it was real this time. So you can make the comparison. I love that. I want to do that next.
Gosh, that's
It
so
literally, if you look at it now, you could go, oh yeah, that looks like a slice of sausage.
Yeah.
Or pepperoni or something.
Yeah.
But we could totally do that. We could do that.
How could you do that? He
I
could
could
do that
prank-
because
No, I could
that's
do
his job.
Oh,
That's why people believed him.
well, what's my job? I could do it. I'll figure out something. I want to trick the world into believing something. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, people probably didn't see it coming from this guy too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's hilarious.
This is fun and kind of sad and weird.
Okay.
Aurora, Colorado.
Okay.
Okay, Aurora, Colorado. A city councilman. Actually, let me read the title first. Ice cream trucks return to Colorado community after 65 years.
Oh.
There was a 65-year ban. This
On
is all
ice cream
recent on
trucks?
ice cream trucks. So in Aurora, Colorado, apparently there have not been any ice cream trucks in the city for 65 years.
Oh.
Ice cream trucks sales are no longer out in the cold in one Colorado city. A 65-year-old ban on ice cream trucks was lifted by the Aurora City Council. The ban started in 1957 and deemed the trucks a nuisance. The news outlet said, as people saw the vehicles as a safety risk for children.
I see.
Aurora Councilman Dustin so-and-so, part of a city committee meant to examine outdated laws, said the ban surprised many of the city council. So 65 years ago this happened, and since then, they didn't even realize that there was still a ban. So somebody must have went, we never see an ice cream truck around here.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So I wonder if anybody ever decided, let's start an ice cream truck business, and they went to the city and said, oh, let's do, and if they were ever turned down,
Yeah.
nope, sorry, can't do it here.
Yeah, it's
There's a
illegal.
ban.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
I haven't seen an ice cream truck in a while either.
First legal ice cream truck purchase. This is a tweet from a city councilman with a picture of the ice cream truck. Boy, what a day, huh, to celebrate. Finally, ice cream trucks return. This is my favorite article of the show.
This one or the next one?
The next one I'm about to read. Are you ready?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay,
Yes.
good. All right. I've not read the whole thing,
Oh,
but I'm very excited to read this
okay.
because this is something, this is a dream. This is something, I don't know how to say this other than it's refreshing. I love that the guy did. It's also a little sad,
Okay.
but it's pretty funny. Florida man pulls no punches in brutal obituary for his father.
Wait, what? Pulls no punches?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Typically, a person is only supposed to say good things of the dead. I'm not sure if I buy that, by the way, but that's a whole other topic. But in the case of Lawrence Paff, what do you think this is? Paff or Faff? It's PF.
Where is it?
PFAFF.
Faff.
Faff. I think it's
Wait.
Faff. I think it's Faff.
Okay.
Let's just say Lawrence for the sake of, okay?
Yeah.
But in the case of Lawrence, the tone of his obituary seems to be, good thing he's dead.
Oh.
The obituary published in the Florida Times Union over the holiday weekend describes the late Faf, I said it, 81, as narcissistic and an abusive alcoholic whose death proves that evil does eventually die.
Wow.
This is a public obituary. The angry obit was written by Faf's son, Larry, who didn't pull any punches. Would you like to hear some of it?
Yes.
Faf is survived by his 3 children. No, 4. Oops, 5 children. It really says all that. As well, excuse me, I'm going to start over.
Do you want me to read it?
No, listen.
Okay.
Faf is survived by his 3 children. No, 4. Oops, 5 children. Well, as of 2022, we believe there's one more that we know about, but there could be more.
Oh.
His love was abundant when it came to himself. But for his children, it was limited.
Oh.
From a young age, he was a ladies' man and an abusive alcoholic.
The tone of voice you read it. He was a ladies' man and an abusive alcoholic.
Solidifying his commitment to both, solidifying his commitment to both with the path of destruction he left behind, damaging his adult children and leaving them broken.
Oh.
The obituary says that Faf spent more than 20 years working for the New York Police Department, but because of his alcohol addiction, his commanding officer took away his gun and badge, replacing them with a broom until he could get his act together. Wow.
Man.
A spokesperson for imagine that, a New York City cop with a broom. Nothing but a broom.
That's hilarious.
A spokesperson for the NYPD did not immediately respond to HuffPost's requests for comment Wednesday. Faf Jr., 58, also writes that his father's hobbies included abusing his first wife.
He said that? Oh my God.
It's not funny.
Oh my gosh. Keep going.
His father's hobbies included abusing his first wife, and that he possesses no redeeming qualities for his children, including the ones he knew and the ones he knew about. He told the Times Union that his dad left the family when he was 9, had several more children with various women, and abandoned them as well. In fact, Faf Jr. has only been able to connect with many of his brothers and sisters by doing DNA research. Faf Jr. told the First Coast News that he actually started writing the obituary a year ago while his father was still alive.
Ooh.
As a way for me to really cleanse myself and let that part of my life go. Wow. He then sat on the piece until his dad died June 27th. I got to stop right there. So imagine you're planning it out. You're thinking about your father's demise. So you write it ahead of time, sit on it for a year. You know those letters that you write because you really want to vent to somebody,
And
but
then
then
you
you
throw 'em
don't
away?
actually send them?
Yeah.
This guy didn't do anything with it for a year. And then his dad dies and he goes through with it.
Yep.
Have time to put it out
All
there.
still accurate.
Yeah, it's all, I feel the same.
Man.
The Times Union notes that Larry's sister, Carolyn, grew up in the same household as him and confirmed Faf's account of their father. Faf Jr. said people have reached out to thank him for being honest about his deceased parent. Wow. Interesting. I got a call from somebody in St. Augustine that found me and wanted to thank me for posting that because, they had a similar life and they wanted to be able to do something similar to help heal. They just thanked me for, the honesty. But the obituary isn't getting much love for Gannett, the company that owns the Times Union. A company spokesperson for the Times said, We regrettably published an obituary that did not adhere to our guidelines, and we are looking into the matter further. We regret any distress that this may cause. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
Because it was published. So the guy had it published, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's just a little correction that they made. The correction says, an earlier version of this story misstated the outlet to which Pfaff made some of his comments. Okay, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, it's wow. See what I mean by refreshing? Like, in a way, because I've always wondered, like, I don't get this. People die, and the people around that, like, they could be the most horrible person. Somebody that you go to the funeral, nobody really liked the person. They were just mean. They were a bad person. You know what I mean? And then you get up there and you say all this nice stuff. But this is nothing new, by the way. This has been in sitcoms. It's been in movies. This is an issue that has been tackled multiple times.
If someone was a terrible person while they were alive, they're a terrible person while they're dead.
It's the way it is, right?
That's just who they were.
But you're supposed to speak kindly of the dead. But why is that?
Why is that a
why
thing?
is that? Tell us why. Why is this?
Yeah. I'll speak kindly about the dead if they're a kind person.
Yeah. But I think the thing is you don't say anything at all if you have nothing to say.
Oh, if you have nothing nice to say.
Usually that's what people do.
Don't say
It's
anything.
just nothing to. You just stay quiet. You just don't say anything. But there's this idea that's out there that you're supposed to only say kind things of deceased people. You would never do it with Hitler. There's some people who have died. You would never do that, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. What a story, right?
Yeah.
This guy, first of all, obviously it felt good for him to do this. Mm-hmm. But there has to be a little prankster side of this guy too.
He's probably
because of the way he worded his hobbies included, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, refreshing to me. I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, you know he had to. Thank you for listening to the Jack Vale Show with Madison, and we will see you next week. And by the way, do me a favor and be sure to follow us on everything, on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook. You can listen to us on Spotify, wherever you want to listen to us, and we'll see you next Monday.
See ya.